Hello again. I threatened yesterday with the possibility of sharing a testimony. So that's what this is. My little story of how I went from one person to another to be born again. Imagine a child of about 6 or 7 at school, learning about religion, learning about faith, joining the clubs, going on church parade, holding the flag proudly as you go on parade, going on St. George's Day parades as a scout, and then finally getting to high school where they teach you a thing called RE, religious education. Might have been RS when I was at school, I can't remember. My teacher at school was a Church of England canon, vicar, whatever he was at the time. And he taught me, and a friend of mine and myself would have RE in the morning, go and get some homework, or we'd be given some homework, and go to the library and get it done, and then go and find this priest, this teacher, in the staff room and ask, "Sir, can we have some more homework?" Now I wonder how many pupils of aged 11 or 12 actually do that. We were hooked on it because he was using, at the time, something that I think was new. I can't remember when it came in exactly, but it was called the Good News Bible, and it had pictures, drawings, sketches in between the verses. Still does it. It's still in publication. So all the way through high school, all the way through Scouts. And then I stopped, and I started work. And I went into sales and then went down the mines in England. And all contact with anything religious in any way, Christian in any way, was simply through the YMCA in Doncaster, where I became a member, an associate member, then a member. I even think I was a junior member, or a youth member at one point. And all I did all day was play snooker. And I loved it. And I loved my time there. And I loved the people there. But then, aged about 23, I was asked, "Robert, would you like to go and represent us at the YMA, the Young Members Assembly, in Rhyl?" I think it was Easter time. In fact, I'm sure it was Easter time. You'll see why in a second. And so off I went on my motorbike, free holiday, all paid for. And I arrived there, and there's 125 of us all there. Me and 124 other saved, committed, young Christians. I had no idea what was going to happen next. I had no idea why I'd let myself in for by saying, "Yeah, I'll go." But I went, and I took part in the weekend. And by the end of that weekend, we were watching Jesus of Nazareth, Robert Powell, and in particular, the crucifixion scene. And I don't know why, I still can't explain it, but big tears coming down the face as I watched that. And suddenly I understood what it was that they had that I didn't. And so after the weekend, I came home, started going to church, my local C of E, and about a year later went to something at Bramall Lane. It's a football ground, for those people not from the UK, Sheffield United football ground. There was a man there by the name of Billy Graham, and he said what he said, and these little legs of mine started walking onto the pitch like they'd got a life of their own almost. And I said that prayer, and I walked off with somebody to help me and to pray for me, and they connected me back with the church that I'd been attending. And from that point on, June the 30th, 1985, technically speaking, I suppose, I was saved. That's really when I made the commitment. But I think I made the commitment back in Rhyl in 1984. By 1989, I was preaching. I wasn't in the C of E anymore. I'd been told that I had to go and get a degree if I wanted to be a priest. Prove that you can study to the required level. That had the opposite effect because I didn't do very well at school. I switched off when I was 14 because the teachers said, Robert, you're not clever enough, so you can't do the 2 subjects that you want to do, Home Ec and RE, at GCSE or GCE O level as it was then. So I simply switched off. So then by 1989, I'm in the Methodist Church in Doncaster, and I suddenly get the call to preach. And that was 1989, when I started training with Philip Wren and Chris Jackson, and later Peter Douglas. And I have not looked back since. Because from that point of finding the truth about life and about who to follow, I've now had over 30 years of preaching experience where I've been able to serve the people in the church in that way. If you like, as a stand-in minister, the person when the minister can't be there, that's me, leading from the front, sharing thoughts, expressing my theology, if you like, in a sermon, and helping people, especially after the service, when they are stuck with a problem. If you ever felt called to preach, do it. If you ever feel called into any kind of ministry, doesn't have to be a priest, do it. Don't wait. Don't faff about. Just take God at His word and do it. Because when you do that, the world around you is a slightly better place. God bless you.